Good morning. Do I see new people on here? Stitching it up, capturing country life. I don't think I've ever seen you. And there's somebody else up here. Hang on, where's it at? I saw somebody new that I didn't see before. I swear I did. Melissa Spore. I'd not seen you before. So if y'all are new to my live, welcome. I'm Judy. Laline Cornish, I've not seen you before. But then again, I take my glasses off and kind of go blind. So y'all may have always been here and I just didn't see it. But thank you for commenting and thank you for being here today. Mackenzie Gould, is that right? Is that how you say it? Thank you for being here. Oh, I was your Kalmbach lady. Okay. Kathy Foltz, welcome. You know, oftentimes I wonder where like God's leading me with this live. And I'm thinking, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be live at 7 a.m.? Because not a lot of people are here at 7 a.m., you know, and I'm like, am I supposed to go live at a different time? And for some reason, like in the mornings, I got on live and there's two families. No, one of them is Brenda's, what's her name? Cooking with Brenda. She has like 2,000 people at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, no, I need to stay at 7 a.m. because it's not necessarily how many people are on your live. It's if I impact one person, then I'm doing my job. But sometimes like I feel like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? That's what I sometimes wonder. Okay, I am dying with arthritis pain this morning. Like it's really bad. And it's because our heat is not working right. It hasn't been working right. And so when I get up in the mornings, the past 2 mornings, it's been really cold in our house. We do have a heat and air guy that is coming today, and his wife is a backup dancer, and she told him about me. He came in when Queso, my tortoise, flooded my house. He's the one that did all the duct work. He's a really good professional guy, and he's coming. And I said, you can't come until after 8:15 because I'm live. So he's coming today to fix our heat. But my arthritis pain is just, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 9. It's about a 9. It's not well. But I have taken some Mobic, and hopefully it'll kick in. I've got a new drink today. It's a strawberry margarita. And it's so good. Just kidding. It's Crystal Light strawberry in my water. I just felt like I needed a little flavor this morning. So, y'all go grab whatever you need to drink. Oh, don't forget to take your Celtic salt. Let's take our Celtic salt real quick. This provides 82 minerals. I'm always looking to improve myself. Speaking of improving yourself. 7:04 a.m. Oh, thank you. So I am not selling this product. So know that. I'm just telling you what I like. But my hairdresser told me about this. K18. It is dry shampoo. Y'all know I have cheese ball hair, right? Like if I go one day without washing my hair, I look like a straight up cheese ball. And I call my cheese ball hair Cynthia hair. And the reason I call it Cynthia hair is way back when I first started YouTube. I did a couple of videos, and this lady named Cynthia, it is not the Cynthia that's here this morning. This this lady named Cynthia told me that I had no business to be filming with the amount of grease that I had in my hair. And as that was in the middle of the summer and I was pouring sweat, and she assumed that I had greasy hair and it was sweat. And so I decided, instead of you know, getting my feelings hurt, I replaced it with something funny. So when I have a bad hair day, I say I'm having Cynthia hair today, because Cynthia cannot stand my hair. Okay. So anyway, I have extensions. Yeah, I'm very honest. I have extensions in my hair, and it's funny how redheads can have extensions and it matches. But I do. I have extensions because my hair is really fine. And so my hairdresser's like, Judy, in order to get your hair healthy, you cannot wash it every day. I'm just like, dude, this lady named Cynthia keeps telling me I have a cheese ball hair, and it embarrasses me because my hair's gross. And she's like, you cannot wash your hair every day. I'm like, do you know that I live on a farm? Like, I live on a farm. So she told me about K18. I have tried every dry shampoo under the sun. This is BB powder. I've tried it. Okay, nothing works in my hair but this. So for the past week or so, I've been using this. You spray it in your hair when it's wet. Most people think that you use dry shampoo when your hair is greasy. That is, my hairdresser taught me differently. You use dry shampoo after you've gotten to the shower, you've washed your hair, you've conditioned your hair, you get it out, you towel dry it, then you spray this into your hair, your clean hair. And this has helped me. My hair is not so much like Cynthia hair. It's much better. I can go a little bit longer without using it. So I'm always trying to find ways to improve myself. Another thing that my hairdresser said, Judy, you have got to take collagen every day, and you need to take your biotin. Is it 10,000 milligrams of biotin? So I started taking biotin. It's just from CVS. And look, you see this little baby hair? My hair's starting to grow. See all this? So I'm like, okay, well, I need to use biotin, and I'm putting 1 scoop of collagen in my coffee in the morning to try to help my skin. I am going through menopause, and I have terrible skin. It's part of taking hormones. I'm taking my glasses off. Chris is here to talk. I have terrible skin right now because of going through menopause. And so she said, you really need to use collagen. And so I've started using it. I'm always looking for ways to better myself, not just mentally, but also appearance wise, even something simple as improving my hair, my nails, my skin, making sure I wear sunscreen, things like that, because I want to be the best version of myself. To be the best version of yourself is not just mentally, it's physically, and they actually go hand in hand. If you start improving your physical appearance, your mental health always goes in hand. You start feeling better mentally when you start working on yourself physically. Even something simple as, okay, I'm going to take care of my skin. I'm going to buy a new skin regimen. I'm going to work on my cheese ball hair. I'm going to try to, it doesn't have to be just losing weight. It all goes hand in hand. When you start taking care of something like your skin or your hair, all of a sudden you start feeling better, and it helps you mentally. Or it does me. I guess I'm a weirdo. But if you start concentrating, like if you have this weakness, let's just say it's worrying or something like that, anxiety. Okay, if you get your concentration off worry and anxiety, and put it on something that you can control, like taking biotin every day, or I don't know, putting a spray tan on, or going to get a new skin regimen to take care of your skin, all of a sudden your concentration goes off the worry and it starts like, oh, my skin is feeling so much better. And you feel better. It's amazing how it works. All right, today, I really don't know exactly what I want to talk about because I've written down a couple of things. I'm going to go with this. All right. Let me think how I want to start this. You know how, like, you as a human being, or maybe you're not like this, maybe your spouse is like this, or a friend is like this. Like, you know how, like, you say, I'm not calling them again because they never call me. I am not giving them a Christmas gift because they never give me one. I am not going out of my way for this person again because they never do anything for me. Do you know what I'm talking about? I am not going to exert my energy to help this person because they literally do nothing to help themselves. So the other day, I was thinking about all this because Shane and I were in conversation, and somebody had asked him for help with something. And prior to them asking for help, Shane had asked for help with, I don't remember what it was help for. I think it was help building his shop a couple of years ago. He needed help building his shop. So he asked, hey, will you come over here and help me? I don't know what, put up the roof. Do you mind coming over here and helping me put up the roof? And the person said, yes, I'll help you. And then when it came to that time to help, something had come up with that person and they couldn't do it. I don't know if it was an excuse because they didn't want to do it. I don't know if truly something came up, but it put Shane in a bind because then next thing you know, Shane is calling his 75-year-old dad to climb a ladder to get on top of the roof to help him put the roof on, which is not very safe. So it put Shane in a bind. Well, years later, that person asked for help. And Shane, what is that? Shane was like, I ain't helping them. When I needed help, where were they? They weren't even around. And I was thinking about how many times I do that. Like, how many times I especially do it with my family. I'm the worst with my family. Like, I'm not going to call out names, but like, I get my feelings hurt a lot because, like, for example, it was a blizzard this weekend here in North Alabama. And I have family members that live in Alabama, but they live away. They don't live in North Alabama. Do you think they picked up the phone to call me and say, I was just checking on you. I was just checking on you. Are you okay? I know you've got all those animals to take care of. Are you okay? Just making sure you're all right. They don't do that ever, ever. And like a lot of times I find myself going, I'm done. I'm done. I am not calling again. I'm tired of playing these games. I'm disrespected. No one cares about me. I'm up in North Alabama. This is my family. I'm in North Alabama. No one gives two craps about Judy, especially Judy taking care of Larry. Do you think, hey, I mean, they don't even know. Well, no. They don't even, can't remember if I said anything. Our heat went out. I have a man on hospice, our stepdad on hospice, and oftentimes I'm like, y'all don't even call and check on him. I mean, come on. You know, and I find myself saying, they never call and check on Larry. They never call and check on me. They don't go, hey, what can I do to help you? Why should I do anything for them? Why should I go to their house? Why should I call them? Why should I do anything? They don't care. And when Shane said to me, Shane said, why should I help them because they didn't come help me? I don't know why, but it was a slap in the face for me. And I said, do you know why? And he said, why? I said, because we're not like them. And when I said that, I was like, wow, that was brilliant, Judy. That was brilliant. Because I thought in my head, I have such a bad attitude about, let's just say, them not calling me. But have I picked up the phone and called them? Yes, I have. I have. But the reason I am not going to sit here and say, because I'm bad. I am never, when it comes to Christmas, I am not playing this, we're such a great family at Christmas. I'm not doing it again because it's all fake. It's fake. No one calls me. But when I said to Shane, I said, the reason we're going to go help this person is because, Shane, we're not like them. And I thought in my head when I said that, I was like, it was almost like I didn't really say that. It was almost like God was speaking through me, because that's something like, would I really say that? But imagine if you're talking to yourself and going, I am never calling my friend again, because it's always one-sided. It's me calling her. She never calls me, ever. When it comes to birthdays, I go out of my way to take her to dinner. And then when it's my birthday, she doesn't even call me. So I am not doing this again. I am not. I'm drawing the line. Imagine if you said to yourself, like if you're talking to yourself and go, I am never doing it again because she never calls me. Imagine if you said, Judy, you're going to call her because you're not like her. Imagine if you had a conversation with yourself when you're in the middle of having diarrhea of the mouth just going off. Imagine if you said, that is correct, Diane. She never calls you. But see, Diane, you're not like her. You're a woman of God. You're a woman of faith. You're a woman of passion. You're a woman of being a friend. Imagine if you were such a strong person that you were able to be yourself and continue to give, let's just say, and you're teaching this person, Susie Q, you're teaching Susie Q how to be a friend, because Susie Q doesn't know how to be a friend. Because Susie is caught up in her own garbage. Let me tell you, I had this person that I called on the phone. And this was recent, y'all. This was recent. And I have not talked to this person in a long, long time. And I was on the phone, and it was a family member, okay? And he was asking, how's this person? How's this person? How's this person? And I had diarrhea of the mouth. And I was like, oh, let me tell you. Because I'll just tell you, I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say, but there's this person that stands strong for God. Like constantly preaches, constantly in church, constantly like reading the Bible. Like every time you're around this person, they are preaching the word of God constantly. Okay. And in the closet, this person is a train wreck. A train wreck. But this person on the outside lives for God, goes to church, high up in the church. What do you call it? An usher. You know, I don't know if he or she teaches Sunday school, but high up in the church. But behind the closet, they live a sinful life. Well, to make a long story short, the truth came out recently. And I had diarrhea of the mouth. When they asked how this person was, I said, oh my gosh, let me tell you. Over here pretending like they're a man of God and they did this. I was gossiping. There's no tomorrow. And that person that I was on the phone with goes, hey, don't say anything about what I told you, because if you talked about me the way you're talking about them, I would be really hurt. And I was like, they cold busted me. They cold busted me because I was sitting there running my mouth about business that I had no business telling. It's not my story to tell. I was just flabbergasted when they said to me, hey, I would die if I was that person and you were talking about me like that. Let someone say that to you when you're gossiping. I'm talking about slap in the face. And I thought in my head, what made me do that? What made me talk bad about this person? And I think what made me talk bad about this person is because so many times people live in the closet with their addiction or their sin or their imperfection. They live in the closet because we're not going to sit here and say, hey, let me tell you what I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to, I don't know, like when nobody's around, I'm trying to think of something. I do this when nobody's around and nobody knows about my sin or what I'm addicted to because I'm in the closet with it. So, like you can't really be in the closet with like drug addiction or alcohol addiction because, I mean, come on. You can tell that someone's addicted to alcohol when they come home drunk. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain addictions Let me think of an addiction that you could hide. Adultery. Okay? You can hide adultery easily because you can't see it on somebody. I mean, you can sort of start picking up on it, like when, let's just say, they come home and ignore you, or they're hiding their cell phone. They don't want you to see it. Or all of a sudden this girl calls. Like you can, but you can hide adultery for a long time. You can hide it until it catches up with you, right? I mean, it's not like I walk down the street and they go, "Oh, she's having an affair." Like you don't see it versus someone that's drunk walking down the street. It's very obvious they're drunk, they're slurring their words, they're walking funny, they pass out or whatever. But someone that's caught up in an adultery, you don't really see it. It's an addiction that's in the closet. And many of us, probably all of us, have some type of an addiction that we're in the closet with. But also, there's other addictions. Let's just say gluttony. Okay, someone that overeats. If someone weighs 400 pounds, you can look at them and go, "Oh, they're addicted to food." Or someone that's anorexic that weighs 60 pounds, you're like, "Oh God, she's got anorexia, something awful." Those addictions you can see. You can literally see them. There are addictions that includes, like, let's just say, pain pills. There are functioning addicts that you're like, "What? They're addicted to pain pills?" I would have never seen that. They go to work every day. They're normal. They don't act like they're high, but in the closet, they're addicted to escaping their pain of this world, and they're addicted to pain pills. So there's addiction that you see, and there's addiction that you don't see. Well, when it comes to this case, I guess I was in shock when I learned about this addiction, because this whole time they're walking around with their Bible, they're constantly reading God's word, they're going to church, they're an usher, they're a Sunday school teacher, and you're like, "Wait, they're addicted to," let's just say, pornography. That's an addiction that you don't really see, like alcoholism. Somebody can walk around and be addicted to porn, and you can't see it unless you walk in and bust them. You can't see, "I'm struggling with pornography." Now, sometimes there's some dysfunction for people that are addicted to porn. There is some dysfunction that a wife might see or a husband might see. Same thing with affairs. There's some dysfunction that you go, "Well, they're not into me anymore, so something's going on." But I guess I had diarrhea of the mouth because this person walks around preaching the word of God, and they're a train wreck. But does that mean that Aunt Judy should go run her trap and tell their business? Walks around preaching the word of God, ain't nothing but a train wreck. Ain't nothing but a train wreck. Don't listen to a word he says. I think I had diarrhea of the mouth because it's not like I was in shock about it. I'm disappointed. But when I was talking to the person, I wasn't talking in a normal tone of a disappointment. I was talking in the tone of gossiping. Oh, dude, you ain't gonna believe this. That's not talking in the tone of disappointment. Talking in the tone of disappointment would have been, listen, I am so upset. I found out this about our family member, and I'm like in shock, and I don't, like, it's such a disappointment. Like, I don't understand. But sometimes we as human beings, we don't say we're a train wreck. When we are all train wrecks. Does that mean that I'm better than someone that hides their addiction? Oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. I've hid addiction. Oh, I am brilliant at hiding addiction. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I started counseling in 2010. And I started counseling in 2010 because my husband left me for a younger woman. And when I tell you I was freaking devastated, I was devastated. I was devastated. And the whole time we were in counseling for years, all I talked about was what he did to me. I was the victim. I was the victim. He left me. He left my kids. He left me. I got fired from my job because of his mistress. I was the victim. I was the victim because I got fired because of her. He left me because of her. This happened to me. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. It took years for me to realize what my ownership was in him leaving me. Because I played the victim card for a long time. Until one day, I just broke down in tears. Because I was ready to talk about my own addiction. I was ready to come clean about my ownership in the dysfunction of my marriage. And the day that I said, I remember it. As a matter of fact, me and my counselor talk about it. I said, I've got to tell you something about me. I've been coming here for 4 years and I've never told you this. She was like, what? And I said, I had an affair on him. She went, so? I'm an adulteress. I'm sitting here coming to counseling because he left me over someone, and I did it to him, but I never left him. I just was in the closet with it. And she was like, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what made you do the things that you do. That was my first day of healing, was the day that I came to admit that I had done the same thing. Here I am in counseling for 4 years because he did it to me. He left me. He did this. He did that. No, I was a train wreck. I was a train wreck too. Total train wreck. But the difference is he was out in the open. He got busted. I lived in the closet. I'm a train wreck. And I think sometimes when we put off the era that we're so religious and we're, you're going to hell. You're going to hell because you ain't of the Lord. you going to hell. No, if that's the truth, we're all going to hell because we're all addicted to something. We're all in the closet with something because there's things that we have done in our past, or there's things that we do in our present that we're not proud of. But when this person that I was talking to, and I was having diarrhea of the mouth about another family member, and he said that to me, I got a wake-up call that day. And I'm so thankful that he said, hey, Judy, if you talked about me the way you're talking about this other family member, I would be mortified. And it stopped me in my tracks. Because I'm no better than he is. He's no worse than I am. Because here I am gossiping like there's no tomorrow, and that ain't good. But imagine if we live a life where we constantly say, I'm not doing for them, they don't do me. They don't recognize my birthday, I'm not going to recognize their birthday. They don't give me a Christmas present, I ain't giving them a Christmas present. If they can't pick up the phone and call me, I'm not calling them. Again, it's always me doing everything. Everything. What if I looked at you and said, Chris, but you're not like them? It will stop you in your dead tracks and make you think about what kind of person that you want to be. Because when that person said that to me, it made me go, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that talks about people behind their back. I don't need to do that. And it doesn't mean that I'm perfect and I'm never going to talk about anybody behind their back again. Because we are human beings. But it did stop me in my dead tracks to make me think, who are you? Who do you want to be? And I think in my head, because sometimes, I mean, I realize you have to be careful and not let people run over you. You know, like I realize that. But I think in my head, if you go in with the right reasons, I don't think you'll get ran over. Because you'll know who you are as a person. Like if let's just say that the snowstorm this weekend, okay? Let's say that your children didn't call and check on you. Let's just say. You're mad at them. They didn't even call and check on their mama. I'm over here single. Live by myself, and didn't nobody call and check on me. You're mad. But think for just a minute. Did you stop and check on them? And you're like, why should I check on them? They didn't check on me. The reason is because you're not like them. You're working on being the best version of yourself. It doesn't mean that the only reason you call them is because they call you. It's give and take around here. What if you showed that friend that never calls you, that you call her? What if you're showing her what a true friend is? You love through thick and thin. What if someone was gossiping to you and you said, what if you said in a polite way, I think there's two. Let me stop for just a minute. There's times when you need to vent. And it's not necessarily that you're gossiping about another person. I guess you are. I need to think about this because I need to think about it. Like there's been situations that I've been in with friends. I just need to talk. I need to call someone and just talk about it because I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I want to talk about it because I'm hurt. And there's that friend that you can call and go, listen, if this comes across as I'm gossiping, I just need to vent. I need to get it out. I'm hurt and I don't know how to deal with it. So I just need you to listen to me and I need you to keep this between you and I. I think that's different versus just go, let me tell you what Susie Q just did. You know, walks around with her Bible, pretending like she's a woman of God and she ain't nothing but a train wreck. She ain't no better than I am. She thinks she going in the gates of heaven, but let me just tell you what she does in the closet. You see them? Do you see the difference? Now, if you called everybody and their grandmother and said, I need to vent, is that really venting or is that gossiping? You gotta, I don't know the answer to that. You gotta ask yourself that. What is your intention? What are your intentions? What was my intention of telling somebody's business? My intention, it was gossiping. I'm not gonna lie. I was gossiping. There was no intention. I was literally gossiping. I wasn't crying upset about it. I was laughing about it. I was like, yeah, wait till you hear this one. I mean, I was going at it. So imagine if your friend calls you on the phone and they were going at it, gossiping about, let's just say you live in a neighborhood, okay? You live in a neighborhood and you call your neighbor and go, let me tell you what the person across the street did. You know, that's something I would do. And what if that neighbor said to me, let's say you caught someone having an affair and you want to call and go, you ain't gonna believe what I got some gushy crap right here. And you call and go, I saw such and such do such and such. And that person said back to you, wow, if you talked about me the way you talked about her, I would really have a hard time with it. I'm talking about cold bust. There's a way to say it. Listen, I don't have all the answers. I'm a train wreck, okay? I make mistakes every single day. I'm not walking around preaching saying you're going to hell. I am not judging you for what you do. I am not because I got my own skeletons in the closet. I'm here to tell you right this minute. I do. And I do say that at the end of the day, we have to make improvements and we got to be better tomorrow than we were today. We got to keep making improvements, even little things like your hair or your skin or your what goes in your mouth or what comes out of your mouth. We have to constantly be improving ourselves because when we don't is when we find ourselves in trouble. And sometimes we need to be reminded of the things that come out of our mouth because we just talk. we just talk. And when I come on here live and talk to y'all, it doesn't mean that I know. It doesn't mean that I have all my crap straight. The first thing I tell you is, y'all, I'm a train wreck. I am. I constantly have to get back on the right track. But you're not a loser when you have to keep getting yourself on the right track. You're a loser when you give up. You're a loser when you give into it. You just go, this is who I am. This is just who I am. Who I am is who I've been my whole life. I'm never going to change. Born fat, always going to be fat. I'm just a big girl. No. I'm here to tell you that you can be whoever you want to be. You can change whatever you want to change about yourself. If you're trying to change the world, you're in trouble. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to change myself. And me going live talking helps me stay on track. Doesn't mean that, oh, she claims to be like this. Well, she ain't. No, I don't claim to be anyway. I'm just Judy. And it doesn't mean that I have it all together, because I'll be the first to tell you that I don't. I'm just here to say, you know what? All of us can unite and hold each other's hand and figure out what the best version of LaWanda is, what the best version of Mary is, what the best version of Becky is, because we're all going to be different. The best version of Becky is not going to be the best version of Judy. The best version of Judy is not going to be the best version of Alyssa. We're all different. We're all made differently. We all have different talents. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. You don't want to be me. I don't want to be you. I want to be the best version of Judy. What does that look like? And I feel like that God gave each one of us unique talents. If I said, every one of you in the comment, tell me what you're good at. Tell me. Comment. What are you good at? You know, I used to think that I was good at dancing because I danced my whole life. But as I've gotten older with arthritis, I realized I'm not a good dancer anymore. I'm really not. I can't move the way I used to. I think I have good qualities of being an entertainer. I'm not a good dancer anymore. I've realized it. I see myself on camera. I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like a meme out there trying to get my groove on. But I realized that God gave me a great gift of being an entertainer. I can get in front of anyone and try to gain people's attention. You know, me being from the time I was a little girl, my mom had me on stage. I was dancing at a very young age. And of course, when you have dancing, you have recitals, which means you get up by yourself. My mom always had me in a solo. You know, I'm going to show y'all the picture, but I remember I was probably 9 years old, And I'll show you the outfit. I wore this blue sequin outfit that had white feathers on it. And I think it was a tap dance. I think I have on tap shoes. And I got up on stage singing Rockin' Robin. I danced and sang to Rockin' Robin. She rocks in the streets of fall. No, that song. I think mom wanted me to be a singer and it just didn't happen. God did not give me vocals. Okay. But from a young age, I learned to be on stage. And I may have been a total train wreck when I was a kid, but to my mother, I was the best kid out there. You know, like I would get off stage and my mom would be like, "You were the best one out there, Judy. Oh my gosh, you engaged that audience. You were fantastic." And because my mom praised me so much, I believed her. I believed I was the best one out there because mom kept telling me I was. And when someone tells you that you're good, you just keep trying even harder. So then each year I would get up and get on stage. I think the next year I sang Captain Antonio, love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. So, yeah, I got up. That was my next duo. I remember getting up singing Love Will Keep Us Together. And then she puts me, my first grade year, I was in the Gong Show. I don't know, I've talked about that before, but I won the Gong Show in first grade. Like I killed it. And it's because my mom kept encouraging me to be myself and to get up there and do it. She was like, "You're good, Judy." I'm like, "I am? Oh, yeah, I am. I'm great." She had convinced me to be my best. And it went from me dancing on stage to me doing cheerleading. And then, you know, mom was the cheerleading sponsor. And my mom, we were shooting for first place and Spirit. Spirit, you won at competition, you won 2 awards, first place and Spirit. No, we didn't go for second. If we won second place, we were crying. We went in there. I can't remember. I want to say we won first place 8 years in a row with Spirit. Like my mom, we were at practice. We were going to be winners. And I will tell you, I don't really know how to lose. I don't. I've always won. And I don't really know how to lose. And I think that when it comes to Sneed's Farmhouse, and when a field trip comes, it's as though I step on stage and perform. I become an entertainer. And when I'm standing in front, there are people, there's three types of people that are in front of me. There are the kids that go, "This is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life." And I get the rolling of the eyes. With this book, hurry up. Oh, I get those people. And then I get the people that are like they're in shock that I'm up there doing that. Like they're just like, they just stand there. They stand there in a daze, just staring at me. So there's those people. And then there's the people that are like jamming with me, going, "This is the funnest thing I've ever seen in my life." And so when you're on stage, who do you engage in? If I sat there on stage and stared at the people going, I'd give up. It's the same with being a creator. If I sat on my lives and watched the people roll their eyes at me or say bad comments to me, I would never get on stage again. If I got here and someone was making fun of weaknesses I said that I had, If I concentrated on that, I would never come live again. And the people that are on live going, I cannot believe she is saying that. There's people that do that. If I focused on that, I would never go on stage again. But if I focus on the people that are rocking with me, going, I hear you. Okay, I'm going to try to be the best version of myself. I'm going to take what you said and apply it to my everyday life, and we're going to try to work on this together. That's who I have to keep my eye on, because they help me dance. If I sat and concentrated on the people that were, or I would never get up and do it again. And as a matter of fact, when teenagers come to my farm, I never know what I'm going to get. And there's been many a times, like, I was told, Judy, this is too kiddie for teenagers. This is too kiddie for teenagers. You don't need to do this to teenagers. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I need a program for teenagers because this is kiddie. Let's think about this just for a minute. Let's stop just for a minute. Christmas rolled around, and all of us that were depressed during Christmas, we came to the conclusion that what we were missing was our childhood. When you go places, you find yourself missing your childhood. Man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could dance like that, but I can't dance like that anymore because I got daggum arthritis. We find ourselves wanting to go back to childhood because childhood was fun. We didn't worry. We didn't have anxiety. It was a fun place. So why would I not take teenagers and bring them back to childhood? Because at the end of the day, every one of us reflect on our childhood. Man, if I was a child, I wouldn't have to worry about paying this daggum power bill. You know what I'm saying? Or if I was a child, I'd be like going to bed early and Santa Claus would be coming to put presents under the tree. Instead, I'm sitting here worrying about how to pay for presents because now I'm Santa Claus. I'd rather be the kid getting Santa Claus coming to me. We want to go back to childhood. So I sat here and thought about my field trips with teenagers. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. The person that said you don't need to do this. Think about this for just a minute. If there are 50 teenagers in front of me, there's going to be a couple. This is stupid. What are we, kids? This is so stupid. There's going to be those kids. There's going to be kids that go, I thought we were coming to the farm and we're in here in a dance party. And they go. And then there's kids that go, they're over there dancing. But see, what happens is in life, we're attracted to people that smile. We're attracted to people that are wanting to better their lives because we wish we were like them. And at the end of the day, in the middle of these field trips, I had these three expressions that are in front of me. And if I take my eye and get it away from the negative and just take my eye and look at the people that are engaged with me, all of a sudden, by the end of the field trip, the kids that were, this is so stupid, they're over there singing karaoke with me. And if I take my focus and just look at the negative, I would just stop doing it. But in reality, the teenagers want to be brought back to childhood in reality. And it made me think about this as I entered the field trip season coming up this spring, is what do I need to do? And what I need to do is to keep working on me. Keep working on being the best version of Judy. I need to push everybody out of my way that keeps me from being the best version of Judy, because there are people that bring me down. But if I take my eye and look on the people that are bringing me down and go, she ain't the way she says she is. She's not who she says she. If I take my eye on them, I would give up today. They're right. I'm terrible. But if I take my eye on the Beckys and the people that encourage me and hold my hand, the Janes, the Beckys, the Cynthias, the Dianes, the Chris's, all the people that are sitting here going, okay, we got this. It's not Judy, it's us. I can't do this by myself. There's no way. I need my backup dancers to support me and keep all of our eye on the right smile, because the smile is what's contagious, not the negativity. So as we go into this year, what is that? Powder? Being the best version of ourselves is the best thing that we can do. The best thing that we can do for ourselves, our family, our children, our friends, everything. And to me, when I say you have choices, you can sit it out. Sitting it out is going, not calling them. They don't call me. I ain't helping them. They don't help me. I ain't giving them a gift. They don't give me a gift. I ain't doing nothing. To me, that's sitting it out. For you to look in the mirror and go, you know what, Judy? You're not like them. That's what I call dancing. Keep being yourself. Don't stop what you're doing because these negative people are over here going. Don't. Be you. Dance. Keep going. It's contagious. I promise you. People are looking at you. When you're dancing, people are wanting what you have. And what you have, the dancing shoes that you're putting on, is the best version of the dancing shoes that you own. But if you stop working on yourself, you're going to find yourself sitting it out. But if you constantly keep bettering yourself, even if it's something little like your stupid hair, okay? I mean, if you keep working on yourself, it's going to be contagious. So today is Monday, and you have that choice. You can sit it out or you can dance, and I hope you dance. I will see y'all Wednesday. Bye.